Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and tell you about our sponsor today, and it is Anchor. It is the best possible distributor for anyone trying to make their own podcast, and most importantly, it is free. They allow you to get to anywhere podcasts are accessible, and that's over 10 different mediums. Trust me, if you're looking to do a podcast, the way to go is Anchor. Again, welcome to another episode of the Traveling Coopers podcast. I am your host, Alan Pettigrew, and these infuriating gentlemen in front of me are my good friends, Calvin McGowan and Philip Dixon. Go ahead and let the people hear your voice.
What's up, everybody? As always, I'm Calvin McGowan. It's wonderful to be here. I don't even know. I couldn't come up with anything I like.
Okay, what's up, everybody? My name is Philip Dixon, aka Mandarin Oranges, and it's not my best work. And what's going on?
All right, man. All right, let's go ahead and get into the topics at hand because there has been a dead period in the NBA. We're going to have a lot of fun with some WNBA talk starting off. Calvin, our resident WNBA fan and reporter, let's go ahead and get into the news, starting with Baylor's new head coach, Nikki Collins, and when she quit her job.
All right, so in case y'all are unaware, Baylor's women now have a new head coach because, Kim Mulkey took the LSU job and supposedly burned a lot of bridges on the way out. But regardless of that, that new coach is Nikki Collins, who prior to taking the Baylor job was the head coach for the Atlanta Dream in the WNBA. And was in the middle of training camp and I think early preseason. She just and went and took the job, which makes sense. It's a higher paying job, but it's also just kind of strange. It's just okay. It felt out of left field. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I hear about people quitting their jobs in the middle of the workday all the time. You know?
Oh no, I'm just talking about the job offer.
Yeah. I mean, you got the numbers to back it up, right? With her last couple seasons.
It's just also the Dream haven't been good. Well, she's had 3 seasons as head coach, right? 2 of them were bad, right? It's just kind of flat out. One of them was good. It was her first season. And it may or may not be indicative of whether or not she's a good head coach, because pro head coaching jobs are more dependent on the talent that you have. In terms of whether or not you're gonna be successful. But I'm not really sure. I don't know. If I'm them, I'm not confident in this decision. But it's a decision they've made, and they probably already they've already backed up the truck for it. So,
Wait, the same coach at LSU that said took her mask off abruptly before her press conference.
Kim Mulkey, yes.
Okay, I was wondering because I don't know much about this topic, but I did see that because it was a little much.
So she's been prior to becoming the new head coach for LSU's women's team, she was the coach for Baylor's women's team for a while. Until this just now, yeah. She was there a while, and apparently if she's not, how do I put this? She's not a coach who if I'm trying to,
Calvin, I'm put you
Go ahead. I'm trying to say this. It's just she handles things a particular way that is not necessarily positive. Like, I don't know. It's like the thing is, I don't know how else to phrase it, right? Because it's just like, you want to both be accurate and like, in terms of like, because it's like I'll put it like this: if
Calvin, go ahead, baby. Like, look.
I'm not just like I'm not sure that like I would want her in front of the microphone if I'm LSU. I'm gonna say that, and like it's an inevitability as part of the job.
Why?
The mask thing for one. Supposedly she also like was kind of against players coming out. I think there was a thing about Brittany Griner in particular.
Wait,
and like
she was there when Brittany Griner was there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
The same coach. Okay. Like if there's a Baylor women's player that anyone has cared about, she probably coached them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. Like she built that program up. But like she'll have LSU good. It's a harder job because like the SEC and women's basketball is kind of serious. But and like she's gonna have to deal with like Don Staley and South Carolina every year now, at least 2 times a year. That will be interesting. But getting back to Collins, though, it seems like to me it's just a strange hire for Baylor. In fairness, like I don't know. It's like I'm not really sure who else they get. In part because like I don't pay attention to like all of those in and outs and like who's friends with whom like that. But it's just kind of. I mean, like she might be fine. She might be terrible. It'll be interesting to see either way.
It is what it is. So, the next topic up are the New York Liberty. Calvin, I know you wanted to touch on that.
So of course it's early for these types of takes, but like they might not be trash, right? Like, and like I just say this because like they started 2-0, like this season.
Who have they played though? Because I know they played the Sparks, and that was supposed to be like a really surprising win.
Let me see. In these 2 games they've played so far, no, both games were against the Fever.
Both games are against the Fever?
I'm looking. Wait. No. Hold up. No. Yeah, I said it right. Both of them were against the Fever. Like their next game is against the Lynx. So.
Okay.
But you know, it looks like they might be decent, and like Asia Durr is unfortunately still out dealing with like issues related to having gotten COVID last year, and you know, hope for she can get back out there and you know play the game this game that we all love so much. But again, they might be good. It's kind of early to tell, right? Because 2 games doesn't really tell you much. But like they've come out at the very least, they've opened on like they've started on a good footing for the rest of the season. And that's something, I guess, right? And you just see how SQ plays. Like she's averaging 18, 5, and 7.
Oh, okay.
To start the season, yeah. So like they're in a good spot, at least it looks like it early. But as I mentioned, they play the Lynx, and and the Timberwolves are in the process of getting some new ownership. They've more or less figured out. It looks like they more or less figured out a deal, right, for the sale. And I think it's just a matter of it being approved by the NBA proper, and like some just general procedures to start moving things along. It'll probably mean certainly for the Timberwolves, it'll almost certainly mean like a new front office. Like that tends to be how these things go, not always, but like it's fair, but like that's kind of common.
That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
Yeah, you kind of got to. I was gonna be like, they drafted like Anthony Edwards, but I'm just like, I don't know, that was kind of an easy decision. I'm not sure if that saves you.
It's not like their players pan out either. Like I need something to work here, and you haven't been. Clear it out.
Yeah, I mean, Conley Towns is what, essentially in the same position that Devin Booker was in pre this year. So it's just like a high level of talent just being wasted away. But fortunately for Devin Booker, he got a Chris Paul, and for the Timberwolves, they assumed that D'Angelo Russell would fill some type of betterment role, which is true that he did, but not to the level that they were hoping, assuming. And all of a sudden, Anthony Edwards is going to be good in a couple of years, but in the next couple of years, when Anthony Edwards is good, hopefully Karl Anthony Towns doesn't just dip out before that time. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know. The Timberwolves are in a weird situation. I'm not even sure, like the management is a long-term change. Like, it's going to be better for them in the long term. In the short term, nothing can be done. The short term, they are screwed. But 5 years moving forward, after this year, that's when they should be getting, like, when Anthony Edwards hits his prime, that kind of stuff, that they can hope to keep him around and add around him. Because Karl Anthony Towns is a lost cause. He's gone. like when his contract is up, he's gone. Right? D'Angelo Russell, he's a. Can he be classified as a journeyman? Like, at this moment, he is on the verge of becoming what would be known as, like, the Chauncey Billups role, right? The journeyman.
Those are high-level journeymen, though.
Exactly.
I'm like, those are high-level. I'm not saying he's not necessarily, but still a high-level journeyman.
No, high-level journeyman, but he's really, really good. So he would be considered a high-level journeyman. But still, I don't foresee him staying in Oakland. I don't foresee him staying in Minnesota for a significant amount of time. You know what I mean? So he's out. Karl Anthony Towns is out. Anthony Edwards, all you can do with. So this is going to be like a long-term fix. But new management's not going to do anything. If you're in Minnesota, sorry, but your team's going to suck for a little bit. Like, whoops. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Also, no one wants to go. Minnesota's also not a destination town. So it's like, what will the owners bring there that they can, like, entice free agency with? You know what I mean? Like, the only reason Cleveland got people is because LeBron was there, and they barely got people. Like,
correct. They didn't get people while LeBron was there. That's why he left the first time.
So it's, and the last time and the second time they were there, they got there from drafting and trading. Kevin Love trading, Kyrie from drafting. So they're going to be in the same situation. So I'm not sure what new management really, really does, or new ownership, I should say, really, really does. But, it looks good.
They have to trade Cat.
Oh, they're definitely going to have to trade him because they're not leaving him on the table and getting nothing in return. There's no way. So they're going to trade him. Now, when are they going to trade him? I don't know. Who are they going to trade him to? Also don't know. But they're going to trade him because if they don't trade him, like, it might end up being one of these situations where his contract's about to be up, then all of a sudden he, like, puts down a list of teams he wants to go to. And at that point, we've all seen it. It can either go really well or really sticky. Now, it's going to be new ownership, so it's going to go really well. Because they don't want that stain on they don't want that stain on them immediately. Because that's a hard stain to clean off. So they don't want that immediately, so it's going to go well for Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Karl Anthony Towns, he should say, I want to go to any other team but this team because they're all better. You know what I mean? But, he's going to end up going to a team that he wants to go to. Just because of, optics, I guess is the word. But there's no way that they'll just let him leave on his own free will. They're training him 100%.
Quick question: you trade Cat. Are you looking for an established star, or are you just getting draft picks? Because I almost think you should just ask for the bag. Especially if you're waiting on Anthony Edwards to become like an all-star superstar, I think you should just ask for the bag.
They're just gonna get draft picks. They're gonna get draft picks to pick around them. They might get a veteran, a veteran, but like no one of any substance or true substance.
They get DeMar DeRozan, bro.
Right, they're not getting anybody knowing true substance, but they're probably gonna get draft picks and get like players that like are young, athletic, not really skilled players, that kind of thing. The basic package we all see that a lot of these players get. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is my prediction. He going to the Spurs. The Spurs need a new big man for Pop to mold for one more year before he get completely out of here. They're gonna trade Keldon Johnson, DeMar DeRozan, 3 first-round picks, and a second. That's my prediction.
Very specific. I don't know what to say because that's wildly specific. I can't even make a like. I don't know how you came up with that off the bat, but all praise to you. But that's math specific.
Bro, that's the only thing that makes sense. I can't think of like anywhere else that makes like a ton of sense. And I'm not about to do this exercise right now in person outside of that one because I would just like to see it happen because it would make me feel like a genius. I'll be okay with being off with like draft picks or something. That ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
But yeah, like Phil said, it has to be draft picks, right? Because if you're waiting for Edwards, you like getting a bunch of veterans isn't gonna help you. Getting a dude who can like help set like a proper locker room atmosphere. Yeah. And like good team culture or whatever, it would be worth like getting back, assuming you could, or like just getting a dude in free agency or something. But like, it's like doing a win now move is like, it would be bad. Yeah. It would be very bad. We've seen this before. It would be very bad.
Hey, I'm just glad I'm not a fan of either of these teams, so I don't have to really worry about that. But since we are talking about the Timberwolves, let's talk about the brightest spot they've ever had in their history. Kevin Garnett, who's a Hall of Famer, that we can also transition to talking about his teammate, who is a 2021 Hall of Fame inductee with Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Paul Pierce, I will say, Paul Pierce is currently the most underappreciated superstar that's like alive right now.
Wow, you really sound like somebody who has a degree from Kansas.
No, I mean, maybe.
A homer.
I will say this. No, it's true though, right? Because there is no way Draymond. No, there's no way that. You remember when Draymond said like, you just Paul Pierce. You shouldn't get no whatever. He said they
don't love you like that.
There is no way he should ever be able to say that, and people go, "You right." There is zero chance. There's no way that especially that man should be able to say that, and then people are like, "You right about that." Now here's the biggest issue. Most people, for some reason, have like forgot all he did during the 2000s, like pre-2008, right? The team was bad, but he was cooking, right? Most people forgot about that, but most people, they got the championship, and most people remember the wheelchair And more people remember the wheelchair than they remember the stats. Most people now, especially nowadays, are focused on his basketball analysis, right? Trash basketball analysis, but basketball analysis all the same, right? The things he said on ESPN the last couple of years. A lot of people are focusing on the Brooklyn deal to now. I feel like he's done so many ridiculous and said so many ridiculous things. Not done. Oh, I guess you could say done now. So many ridiculous things. From, what was that, 2012 deal? All the way to now, that people really are disrespecting what he was as a Celtic. This man is an all-time great Celtic. He's not an all-time great Timberwolf. He's not an all-time great Sun. He's an all-time great Celtic. And people, and somehow, because I saw, somebody said this past week that Tim Duncan's the most underrated superstar of all time. And I get that. He definitely is. But Paul Pierce is the most disrespected superstar of all time. For whatever reason, and I'm not quite sure how it got to this level. Because we've seen a lot of basketball players do a lot of antics, right? And do a lot of this, do a lot of that. But it might be his antics mixed with like the inherent Boston hatred that the rest of the sports world has. All that mixing together, it might be all of that. But Paul Pierce by far is the most disrespected superstar ever in basketball. Specifically.
As soon as you finished.
No. It hurt. That's got nothing to do with you. I'll explain later. But
look, I appreciate the soliloquy. The other Hall of Fame 21 guys are as follow: Ben Wallace. We got Chris Webber.
Yeah.
Did I see Bosch on there? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Bosch
Bosch is looking at it. Rick Adelman, Chris Bosch, Yolanda Griffith, Lauren Jackson, Paul Pierce, Bill Russell is a coach, Ben Wallace, Chris Webber, Jay Wright.
Yeah. I think hands down my favorite player out of this entire class has to be Ben Wallace. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, the first championship I ever watched. Huh?
Is it because y'all the same complexion?
That's cute. The first championship I ever watched. What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. The first championship I ever watched was that Pistons championship. So that holds a place in my heart. And I ain't never seen nobody manhandle Shaq like that. So, anytime we get that, I'm always happy. That's
I guess it's worth noting also that like part of this was also properly inducting the 2020 class, which included Patrick Baumann, Kobe Bryant, Tamika Catchings, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Kim Mulkey, Barbara Stevens, Eddie Sutton, and a Rudy Tomjanovich.
Yes. Oh, you sound young. You don't know who Rudy Tomjanovich is?
I'm not gonna pretend like I do.
That's the first time I've ever said his name out loud, by the way.
Nuts.
They kept talking about him on First Take. Like he's supposed to be that dude, and I think this I'm a little too young for that.
No, Sam.
Ben Wallace won 2 championships as a coach, so that means something.
Okay. It's just like I'm unfamiliar with the name, so.
Yeah.
Come on, Calvin, step it up.
Look. I don't know
who that man is either, Calvin. I don't know who that man is.
It's just like my basketball history knowledge is there, but like it's not granular level. Like I cannot name you every single coach. I cannot name you every single player.
You're not Bill Simmons?
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, me neither. He lame.
But like it's good to finally be able to induct everybody in properly. And of course new additions of like I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but it seemed kind of strange that like Weber wasn't in already. but maybe there's
I
just
don't know his stats like that. I'm not gonna front with you. I just know him from lore. I don't even know his stats like that. So I don't.
Chris Webber had his peak is long and it's like solid. Like this is a career 22-10 type guy with moves.
I seriously didn't know. I didn't know that he was that nice. Like he's nice, but like by the time I started really paying attention to basketball, he wasn't playing, and I only know him from the Fab Pop stuff and like playing with Jason Williams and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
no, like I got you. I understand. Like it makes sense. His averages for his career 27 points. I mean, not 27. 20 points, 9.8 rebounds, 4 assists.
is it
Um.
that Hall of Fame worthy?
So like,
Okay, no,
alright, cool. I guess
if Draymond
like
going in, he's going in. All right, I get it.
You said what?
I said never mind. If Draymond gets to go in, Chris Webber,
Like
those numbers really.
he was also a 5-time NBA All-Star, All-NBA First Team, 3-time All-NBA Second Team, All-NBA Third Team, Rookie of the Year, Rookie First Team, NBA Rebounding Leader. His jersey is retired in Sacramento, and of course all the stuff in like high school and like college.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look up the stats of Manu Ginobili for career?
Ginobili.
Mm-hmm. His first career.
Yeah. Ginobili going. Are you thinking about if Ginobili gonna get in? Because
I'm doing stat comparisons right now, real quick.
oh, okay.
13.3. Hold up, let me pull it all up. Yeah, 13.3 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.3 steals.
All right, he's going to the Hall of Fame for sure. So Chris Webber definitely deserves to go to the Hall of Fame, 100%.
Like
those
he's
are
also got a lot of like medals and stuff from representing Argentina.
nobody care about that.
It matters when you're talking about like if a dude's gonna go in the Hall though.
Exactly.
Like all of it matters.
I guess. Look, when you go, I guess they won that one gold medal. So whatever, they beat that one gold medal when they beat the 2000 team. Yeah, but also like it's not our fault that your basketball and your country wasn't great. You know what I mean? So it's easier to get medals and stuff, but whatever. But he averaged 13 points, and he's a bona fide Hall of Famer. Chris Webber deserves all that.
Let's go ahead and move on to the 2021 recruiting class, where we have some big news, which one of them is not so much big news if you've been paying attention to this long enough, because Jaden Hardy is going to be part of G League Ignite next year. And duh. That kid is really good at basketball. Like 6'4", Dame Lillard range, and has been doing this since his junior year. I am excited to see how he handles the pro game. This is going to be interesting because there's also not going to be a lot of high-level guys like that on this G League Ignite roster. So it's going to be fun.
Like, yeah, like you said, it's not that much of a surprise. It's like I'd be like I'm excited to watch, but like I'm probably not about to watch the G League. But like you said, is an amazing scorer, strong, plays solid defense. And like unless he just embarrasses himself, he's gonna be a lottery pick.
Yeah.
But like he's gonna have to really embarrass himself for that though.
Calvin, I'm going to try to change your views on the G League. If you're a college basketball fan, whoever was a dog at the college basketball level or was like your favorite player, he's in the G League now. So if you wanted to go watch dudes like Miles Powell or whatever, like dudes who were high level college players, but like it was just like something little that messes with their scouting report, like being too small for the position. Like it's a really high level game. Now the issue is going to be like you're going to see turnovers. You're going to like see stupid stuff. But you watch an NBA game long enough, it's going to be the same.
I mean, it's not even that like I don't think it's like high level. It's just like from like a standpoint of like us, like of course NBA teams are gonna like pay attention to like the G League super close because there are good reasons to do it. You can pull up dudes, can be useful. And like a lot of players have spent time in the G League at various points in their career. But it's just like, it's also, as far as like branding or like notoriety or what have you, it's very much toiling in obscurity. Like even for the best players there, it's like you might be cold in the G League, but like only people that followed the G League are gonna know you're cold, and most dudes don't follow the G League. But like it's just like the thing is also just because a higher level and like be a higher level of comp than like playing in college necessarily, right? I think the expectations in terms of what players, even like players like Hardy, are expected to be able to do is lower than it would be in college. So like he can be worse, and like it's not necessarily going to affect his draft stock.
Okay. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But just for like a thought experiment, because I did this with Jalen Green this year. Watch the first game, watch his 5th game, watch the 10th game, and then watch before they get to the playoffs. The amount of development that they do and it's almost not even like the player specifically, watching a high school kid adjust to like this fast of a league is like really fun because they have all the athleticism to run with everybody. They just got to think it through, and watching them figure it out and like how their skills really come out from game to game, it's fun until they hit that little rookie wall, and then it's just like, oh, okay, you're a kid. And that
you're a kid.
No, because you still like 18, 19. It's like, okay, like I get it. Like this happens in college too, but this is a grown man that you're playing against. This is a brick wall versus that other glass wall that you had a chance of breaking through.
A chance.
But what? I think Michael Foster will also be in the G League.
Yes.
Patrick Baldwin Jr. will be at Milwaukee.
Yes.
To play for his father.
They really held that one out. Like we didn't know that he was gonna go play for his dad. Like they really drummed it up. Like it was, like we didn't get a lot of detail from it, but it was like, you gonna burn your dad like that? That's messed up. You gotta put him on a schedule if you're gonna do that.
Lord, I guess my thing would just be like, as far as that, like I would just kind of assume that like unless a kid and his father have a terrible relationship, he's probably playing for his dad.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I play for my dad. I love my dad. I do, but that's too much stress for me, bro. I can't. You can't turn it off. No. You trying to coach me at the dinner table? Fight me, son.
That means your dad like a coach. You can run all that.
Bro, we can run 11 right now if you want to talk.
Your dad bring me to the dinner table. I mean, he's not a good coach or a father. One of the two.
Look,
that's child.
Hey,
on the court today, son. You should have done this. Man, I'm trying to eat my chicken.
Did your dad coach your AAU?
Wait, what?
Did your dad ever coach you during like Little League? Because that's what I'm thinking specifically.
My dad coached me in baseball all the way until I graduated high school.
Word? He didn't talk to you in the car?
And the car different. And it wasn't like yelling. It's a conversation, right? But like to and from games and like whatever. But it wasn't like you sitting there at breakfast eating your bowl of cereal. Hey, yo, Philip, remember that one time? No,
that's because your daddy job not on the line. When your daddy job on the line, I'm talking to you at dinner time.
And like mine's just intense, right? So like he doesn't know how, like when it's on, he doesn't know how to shut it off. So like you'll start in the car and like you'll make it and be like 30 minutes in back at the house, still talking about the game.
Oops, I must have had it good then. I was over here chilling.
That's what that was.
You know what?
Your dad ain't care about your development. That's what that was.
No, I developed. I played college baseball. I developed well enough.
You play college baseball? When did this happen?
I played at Fisk.
You play baseball too?
Yep.
I knew about basketball. I had no idea that you played baseball.
Had a 333 average. Hit 2 home runs.
Proud of you, bro.
Or 3 home runs. Man, I was killing.
I'm gonna have to look this up. I didn't hear nothing about you playing baseball while you were there, bro.
Bro, I do my thing.
In silence.
I'm moving. I'm like a G. I'm moving silence. Like whatever he said.
Smack yourself.
All
right.
What else? Nolan Hickman,
Yes.
committed to Gonzaga, and of course, I got my chance to see him at the Iverson Roundball Classic. About 2 weeks ago now? About a week, 2 weeks ago now, and he's good. He's really good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did a feature on him for Prospects Corner. Like, dude's gonna go, bro. Like, I really wonder what that backcourt of him and Ryan Nembhard are gonna look like, because both of them can play defense. Nembhard's about like 6'2". I mean 6'5". Hickman 6'2". Both of them are really solid passers. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, and they're also gonna have Chet Holmgren with them.
Chet is
I feel like there are other players.
Chet is about to have such a good season.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren, Drew Timmy's expected to come back.
Yeah.
Gonzaga will be very, very good once again.
Yeah, still winning championship.
Yeah. They probably
maybe this year they learned their lessons. Like maybe this year they learned their lesson. Yeah, you're right. But all the players are gonna be leaving, so it's fine. So all the players who they learned lesson, they'll come back next year. The players ain't coming back next year, so it's gonna be the exact same thing over again. But the soft kids getting bully balled by a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Lord.
Everybody
can't play like Baylor played last season though. Like that.
But I feel like people talk about Baylor like they talked about European players in the '90s. It's soft. I feel like
whoever said that about them though, I'm not for real though.
What?
You said for Baylor?
No, for Gonzaga.
Okay.
Yeah, Gonzaga. Like people talk about Gonzaga like they talked about when Jordan and Pippen over there and locked up Kukoc. You know what I mean?
And they still get blown out by 30.
Look, all I have to say, in both games, the boys got their ass beat. Kukoc got beat up by Jordan and Pippen, and them Zag boys got beat up by Baylor.
Yeah.
It physically wasn't fair. It's okay.
I love
Skill-wise, you was there though, and it'll be there again this year. I think this year is gonna be another Elite Eight out.
What'd you just say? Another Elite Eight out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll make it deep, but they're not winning the chip this year. Sorry, this is just my prediction. We're gonna see.
I mean, only one team can win it, so
Man, they're not gonna be them.
What a profound statement.
Let's see what else as far as. I guess is there anything else?
Calvin, that is the end of our.
Oh yeah, but we didn't talk about the play-ins. We didn't talk about the play-ins at all.
Ooh, we made a whole episode about the play-ins. Why are we still talking about the play-ins?
Mostly because I guess they're mostly said the Lakers will be in the play-ins.
And hey, LeBron hates it.
Bro, I predicted this already. I feel like Nostradamus. I don't like talking about the past. Y'all want to know who's gonna win the NBA championship? I can tell you.
Who?
I don't know. I really don't.
What's wrong with you, man? First of all, who's gonna win the playing game?
Who's gonna win the playing game? Well, the Lakers gonna win against Golden State, and Golden State is going to put it.
I think the Lakers play. Wouldn't the Lakers play the Spurs first, or am I? Wait. Never mind.
Wait, LeBron.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
When is the playing game?
Why is this so confusing?
Because somebody made it up.
When's the playing game?
I think Thursday.
LeBron.
The games.
Hope he's healthy. He hit that ground again yesterday. didn't return from the ankle.
Hey, that's because he warming up for this game, bro. That's what that is. He went in that cryo chamber.
Oh, is that what he's doing? My bad.
Mm-hmm. He about to go full Vegeta. Let's go. Go ahead and get your energy back.
LeBron fan for sure.
Like,
That ain't hurt my feelings.
but I guess the Grizz have the Spurs.
Ooh.
I guess I assume the Grizz win that one. I don't know.
Unless DeMar DeRozan
like, that's possible. It's just I don't really know what to say with these games, but like the Grizz are basically healthy again. Well, I say again, like it's not like they've been healthy for all of like 2 weeks.
I don't say
all season. Huh?
I know what to say. Let the best team win. That's it.
Grizzlies it is. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they got the record. But and then they play the loser of the Lakers and Warriors. If by some chance it's the Lakers, they're definitely going home. But like, well, unless like AD and LeBron get hurt or something. But like,
what if they do send LeBron to lose to the Warriors, just so they can beat the other team, the easiest of the two teams?
that
Whoever
seems like a risky play.
Whoever loses, I'm already saying it's rigged. I got a tweet in my drafts already.
Bro, and I guess we should talk about the East play-in teams too. I guess that's what we're doing.
Should we?
It looks like Celtics, Wizards, Pacers, Hornets.
I think that I'm excited to finally see Melo Ball. I have not watched a single Melo Ball game this year.
Really?
I have not watched a single. Bro, I didn't really watch NBA this year. Yeah, like I've been super deep on like the high school stuff. I've watched more games of Nolan Hickman than any NBA player.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me sad. But I'm excited to see LaMelo play. This should be fun, and then we get to see the 7-foot Viking that plays for the Pacers.
Wizards win. Hornets win.
Wait, why would the Wizards? Are the Celtics healthy?
No. Jim
Okay,
Brown.
then
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, Wizards probably get that.
So Jason Tatum basically has to be Hercules for them to win this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, have you guys watched Wizards a lot this year?
No. Stupid gray jerseys. They're so bland to watch on TV. I'd be bored. Like I'm looking at them, like I'll be yawning and stuff. Like I'm pulling a Calvin.
Like Scott Brooks just, I don't like Scott Brooks teams. Like he literally just makes the superstars like go play, and it's like, is somebody else gonna do something?
I would rather watch Adam Sandler play pickup.
He is more entertaining.
Long shorts. Dude, shorts from hitting his shins. Dude wear capris when he play basketball.
You got them. Got the same shorts from the '90s, bro.
No, I got them shorts from 2003. What are you talking about? Long shorts. LeBron draft day shorts.
4XL looking goofy.
Um,
all right. That was fun. That's how we supposed to end talking about the playoff game. Making fun of something. Because this is stupid. It's not really stupid. I'm just tired of talking about it.
I have to do like
I think it's stupid.
So. Oh, never mind.
No, sorry. I just think it's stupid. It's just like, it's not even just that it's a play-in, which I also just kind of think it's stupid because like we already know, like at least by the games played, who the like best teams in these probably are. Like it kind of just adds randomness, which is exciting, but like it doesn't serve a real purpose for real.
Yeah, it does. It's sort of the purpose it serves is to get these superstars
To make money.
to get these superstars who are on the brink of making the playoffs into the playoffs. That's what it's for, right? Like it's for teams like John Morant to get in the playoffs. It's for teams like excuse me, Zion playoffs. It's for those teams to get into the playoffs to make more money. That's all it's for. It's easy. That's why they did the whole bubble thing last year. They're doing it again this year. Look at who's playing this game. Look at who's playing games. We got Jason Tatum for the Celtics. You got I would say Bradley Beal, but Russell Westbrook's the more marketable player. Then you have the Pacers, who are just whatever. And then you have LaMelo Ball, John Morant. You have all these people that they like. Okay, these are if the rules were how they were before, these people would not be in the playoffs. And these people would not be in the playoffs. So all these names get a chance to be in the playoffs, more money, more merchandise selling, blah blah blah, whatever. All of a sudden, a fluke could happen, and John Morant can make it to the whatever the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever it is. But that's all it's for. It's for a purpose. It's not basketball reasons. It's just to capitalize on the marketability of more players later into the year.
I feel confident in saying I don't think Ja Morant is the reason for the play-in because the league doesn't care about the Grizzlies. We just keep hanging around.
No. We don't care about the Grizzlies. We love Ja Morant.
Boom! There you go. The Grizzlies care about Ja Morant, right?
The Grizzlies, but Ja Morant's special.
Man, no one cared about the Pacers, but they cared about Oladipo. You know what I mean? But once again, the NBA is a star-driven league. Not by the teams, but the players on the teams. And you give the one superstar player, that's all that matters.
I suppose. but it's also just like, as far as the play-in, it's just the way they handle it feels confusing.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't feel intuitive.
Yeah. They did just kind of dropped it off. And I think a part of me that does not like it, it's 7 through 10, which is nice so we can see like the scrubby stars. But the rest of their team sucks. There's a reason why they're that low. I don't really like watching the 1-8 matchup. Why would I watch 7 and 8 play against each other?
Because it might be more. It's going to be more competitive.
Yeah, it might be more competitive, but that doesn't make it better.
No,
these teams are still not good, comparatively speaking, to the better halves of the league. So it's just like I don't really like watching that personally.
It's like in the case of like the Hornets and the Grizzlies. It's like they're good young teams, but like good young teams are kind of mediocre at best in general.
But also,
and like it's not the.
But also you don't like it, but like people in Charlotte like it, people in Memphis like it, people in Indiana like it. You know what I mean? So like if you get a chance for Indiana to watch more games later into the season. When more than likely a lot of their market just drops off when the Pacers lose, then you're gonna do it as like business. But does this have anything to do with actual basketball? Absolutely not. Like they don't care about they don't care about the best matchups. They care about making more money. And the longer teams play, the more money they're gonna make.
Nothing funnier than it really being just 2 games max. Y'all remember when it was like it's supposed to be a tournament for like the number one, like the lottery pick? When that was an idea? I almost like that idea more than like forcing them to try to win instead of losing more than like the play-in game. Like me personally, but I do like seeing people fight for their food a little bit. So that would make me very happy.
Just yesterday, the Brooklyn Nets had a play that was crazy. So, you see that play?
It was okay.
Man, that was NBA Street. What are you talking about?
It was cool, bro.
All right, haters don't hate. This man sounds like a Knicks fan.
I just want to go on the record, even though I'm pretty sure it is on the record, I'm kind of a Nets hater this year, and I understand this and accept this fully. So, like, I want them to fail. Like I just do.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Oh no! They're fun. Don't get me wrong. It's well, like here's the thing. I feel like KD needs a ring with the Nets or something to like it. it'll look better as far as like thinking about his legacy than like the rings he got with the Warriors. To me,
I don't know, because without the Warriors, without KD, the Warriors don't win a championship. Without KD on this Nets team, you still have Kyrie and James Harden. I'm not quite sure what the deal is.
but who else do you got?
Hey, that team not winning nothing. You know that. You know that.
Listen, I saw. No, stop.
You know that.
Stop. Listen, James Harden won with much less than he would have with that team. With much less. And he won significantly in the West. Playing on no defense, just offense. And he won significantly in the West. For this man in the East, with more
But
firepower.
he didn't win a chip, and that's what we're talking about.
Oh, my bad. He ran up into arguably one of the best teams the NBA has ever produced. Like,
You still gotta play somebody from the West, which is one of the best teams the NBA has produced.
but what I'm saying is, at
He
this
gotta
moment,
be LeBron.
this year, I've seen James Harden do much more with much less. I'm not saying that. So take away KD, and you still have the same team without KD. Listen. I don't live and die. Oh, that sounds excessive. I don't live and die. That's hyperbole for sure, right? But I'm gonna go hyperbole. I don't live and die with Kyrie leading a team. I don't. Right? I like Kyrie leading a team. We've all seen the results. I'd much rather have Dame Lillard, 100%. James Harden, give him this team, and with Kyrie essentially being the 2. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm good with that. So I may be the only one, but this team without KD would still be making noise for sure. And
Here's
also,
the thing,
KD's out a lot of the season, so they still making noise. So it's
So,
like
let me.
82 games.
It's just like let me explain. All right, so it's like the reason because I've given this thought, right? Because I'm like, what is it? Because I thought about this months ago, really, right? I'm like, why is it that I am kind of anti the Nets, right? Like the way that I am, and it's just because, and what it boils down to, right? The Nets succeeding is basically saying that like half of the game doesn't actually matter.
Because it doesn't. I've been telling you guys this. I was literally on record saying this like 2 years ago. It doesn't. But keep going.
It's like, and that's and like I disagree with this, right? But like, and like the Nets, their defense is probably better now, right? But like, it's still probably not what you would describe as good. In all likelihood, and the degree that it is almost entirely predicated on effort that everybody's going to be putting in come playoff time. And like, I don't know. I just like. I would like the game, like I like it when like the entire game is worth playing, right? Like it's just more interesting when like, because it'd be one of them things where like the Nets win and like, and it's not like people care about defense a whole lot now. They're gonna stop caring at all, and that includes players, and like it's going to be. Like, maybe it's just a me thing, but I feel like dudes putting up crazy numbers, like constantly without any kind of resistance, isn't that much fun to watch. Like, that's an all-star game, and like all-star games, while they have entertainment value, aren't generally as fun as like playoff games.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's my thing with it, but I also recognize that like KD. And maybe it's just a me thing also that, like, again, I did not like his move to the Warriors. I understand why the Warriors went and signed him. It makes perfect sense from their end. To be honest, it made sense from his, too. I just felt like he was kind of just being a bitch. Like, I don't know how, like, it's just like, sir, you took them to 7 games. It's not even like you went to a team that is the greatest regular season team of all time, right? like it's hard for me to take your rings with them seriously. I'm like, it's not they don't matter at all, right? But it's just like they didn't need you to be great. They were great before you showed up.
All right, listen. You're gonna have no arguments from me. You're not gonna have any arguments from me on KD slander or how whack that move was.
Yeah.
Like none whatsoever. And I've been on the podcast many a time saying it. Right? Loved KD for that, hated KD after that. But in this particular circumstance, I'm less focused on KD getting a ring, but more focused on James Harden getting a ring. James Harden puts up stupid numbers. James Harden's changed basketball in his own way outside of, Curry State changed basketball. The only person, I would say James Harden in the last like 10 years of basketball, James Harden's changed basketball just a little under what Stephen Curry has. Like it's James Harden, Stephen Curry in terms of impact on the modern way of playing basketball. Like it is what it is, right? But he's really hated for it. Just like Steph Curry is not as hated. I hate Steph Curry for it, but the average fan doesn't hate Steph Curry for it. But the average fan hates James Harden. The strip club going, bachelor living, trash, just doing his thing. You know what I mean? In Houston, Texas. Steph Curry, easy to market. Family man, have Riley the daughter. I shouldn't know that man's daughter's name, but I do. I should not know that man's kid's name, but for some reason I do. He's a very marketable person. So people market him. They market him a certain way. People love him. James Harden, nah, he ain't it. But he needs a ring to get the respect. I don't want him to be in the Charles Barkley lane. Put up these crazy numbers but never gets a ring. I want him to be up there with at least one ring. And that's why I'm like, because, it might not matter right now, but in 10, 20 years, when these same arguments will come up with our kids, whatever it is, I don't want to be the person that, takes up for Charles Barkley right now. So I'm doing it for James Harden. I don't want to be that person. I want to be like, yeah, but he got a ring though. You know what I mean? And James Harden, I'm all in on it. I've been on it. I wanted him to win when he was playing the Golden State. When he was with the Rockets. I've been wanting him to win for years. But if this is the best team to win, if it's the best chance to win, I'm good. Now, if Philadelphia makes it to the championship, I'm not mad at that either. Because I love Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. If they make it to the championship, I'm not mad at that either. But they're young. James Harden, he's not old by any means. He's like in the mid-30s probably, right? Early to mid-30s. So his time's ticking. So I'd much rather have him get it right now than Joel Embiid, who is going to get one or two in some point in his career.
Okay, well, it's all solid arguments. I appreciate both of those. Both of you, let that KD hurt go. I did, and I'm the only one on this podcast who cried.
Man, you were the number one. You were a big KD fan.
I am. I'm still on this team, and that's it.
I ain't let nothing go.
Best chances.
Nothing go.
Also, to go back to what we were talking about originally, I do not like the idea of the only two players being James Harden and Kyrie on that team and them doing anything outside of the conference finals. I'll give them conference finals. Because all you need is a big. All you need is a big.
Doesn't act like Blake Griffin is stepping his game up because he actually wants to play.
All you need is a big. All you need is a really dominant. If you can get a dominant big, like I think the Pacers, if it was just James Harden and Kyrie, I think the Pacers would give them a tad bit of trouble because there's nobody stop Domantas Sabonis.
I would smack you through this camera right now if you say
do what you got to do, Pimpin.
That's crazy. James Harden, Kyrie.
I'm telling you, all you need is a big, and you'll eat them up. But hey, That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel about that, bro. You get a big, you got a solid guard for inside out. Them niggas is toast. That's toast.
You know it's not 1998 no more, right? You know it's 2020.
Yeah. I know it's not that, and I think that's what would be those two, but that's besides the point. And again, another thought experiment that's just gonna have us screaming at each other.
It's just look, at the end of the day, though,
you have to have a all-time for the moment big man. No normal big man. No normal good big man's gonna do that. You gotta have the Joel Embiid type, Anthony Davis type. Now, if you're talking about the top 3 big men in the league, okay, but like outside of the top 3, no way.
That's who you. But in this thought experiment, that's exactly what you have to do to win a championship. You have to beat Anthony Davis if he comes out of the West. You have to beat Embiid. You have to beat Embiid at some point. Not gonna happen.
like,
go ahead and put Ben Simmons on Harden.
Don't even do that.
I'd probably put him on KD. Honestly.
No. I'm talking about like if it's just James Harden and Kyrie.
Oh,
nope.
Okay.
He will put them in foul trouble that quick. Yeah. Like, look, Ben Simmons is an elite defender. James Harden is an elite offense player that just happens that his game includes getting the person guarding him in foul trouble. That's like part of his game. So, do you want Joel? You wouldn't put Ben Simmons on James Harden because you still want him playing.
You got a point. I'm gonna go ahead and have Ben Simmons. You gonna be quarterback spot. You gonna be quarterback spot. Anytime you see that man, go ahead and shift over in the lane. I don't care who you guarding. I don't care who the 4 is. We're gonna figure that out. We'll figure that out. That's rotations, baby.
James Harden got a 38 in vertical.
That's cool.
Okay.
See me at the rim.
Huh?
See me at the rim. If I'm Ben Simmons, see me at the rim. See me at the rim.
Hey, runner. You got one of the best runners in the league. Easy.
You better. You taking that runner all night.
James Harden, don't take it. Don't give him a runner all night.
Yeah, I don't want you at the rim. I'd rather you take the runner so you ain't got to get. Look, if he get to the rim, you know he's going to the free throw line. He's going to the free throw line.
In all seriousness.
Give me the runner.
Offensively, in the NBA right now, there are 5 players that are unguardable. Literally unguardable. James Harden, one of them.
Mm-hmm. That's why we got a scheme. I want you to take that runner. You just gonna have to beat me with runners.
And guess what? Another person's on the same team. And James Harden can assist too. He's not just offense. He assists too. So,
well, like, again, that's why, like, hypothetically, if KD is out there, I would put Simmons on KD, right? I don't care if Harden puts up crazy scoring numbers. I don't want him to get his teammates involved.
Yeah. I love these. We should do this more often. We're gonna have a lot of time to do this in the playoffs, but that little schedule. It's gonna be fun.
And like that's the thing. That's why the games get played, because it's like you can make hypotheticals. You can look at the stuff on paper and be like, oh, like this is what you should do and this is what's gonna happen. But when it's all said and done, right? The games still have to get played. Like it's not decided by like us shouting at each other about the nuances of whether or not it's worth your time trying to send Simmons to guard like Harden or whatever.
Real quick. Side point. This has nothing to do with this. Well, Brooklyn. It's about the Knicks. New York, whatever. Segue. In January, Derrick Rose said this to Dwayne Casey. He said, I just want to go where we may have a chance to make the playoffs. In February, Dwayne Casey tells Derrick Rose this. Derrick, you may have a chance here just as much as they have in New York. Man, that was wrong. That was wrong. Talk about, no wonder this man got Coach of the Year and then fired that same year with the Toronto. That was a bad take.
All I gotta say is if we're out here talking about basketball knowledge come playoff time, one of us might be out here looking like Dwayne Casey with this dumbass answer to something about the Knicks. Because That's another team I haven't watched at all this year.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So
I'm just gonna be surprised.
ever since a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the Knicks and what's up with like everybody going about the Knicks and ESPN all Nick this whatever. We talked about this. I was like, okay, let me peep. Yeah, they fun, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna front. They fun to watch, and like it's like a Thibodeau team, but like good. So they work hard on defense, but on offense, they kind of they know what to do. Like here, Randall, do your thing. Oh, your double team, pass, shot. Derrick Rose, do your thing. Fourth quarter, RJ Barrett, slash, 3. Like they all know the role, but like, and I like. You know when like everybody knows a role on a team besides like a couple people, then like that's not good. Yeah. But like when everybody knows a role, it's like perfect. That's how they play. Except Julius Randle's over here doing like turn away, fade away, mid range. Like I'm like, where's this coming from? What kind of game is this? I've never seen this before in my life. But he really doing it and consistently. And so I'm just like, yeah, this team kind of fun to watch, dog. And also got Derrick Rose on it, so I'm biased.
Good one. I think it's about time to go ahead and wrap this up. Calvin over here sleeping. But again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Traveling Hoopers podcast. I have been your host, Alan Pettigrew. And in front of me, these two fools can go ahead and sign themselves out.
Once again, of course, I'm Calvin McGowan. Pleasure to be here as always. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you for giving us a listen or a watch. If you're on YouTube, you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Leave something in the comments. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your week and the play-ins, which still don't make sense. But yeah, enjoy all that.
Yep, I'm Philip Dixon, a.k.a. Mr. Mandarin Fresh. And, thanks for listening, and to listen to us on all your streaming platforms.
Mandarin Fresh is much better. Thank you.